Well,
Hey.
well. Ciao. We are back for another episode here at Hud Radio, where we are hearing everyone and realizing differences.
Yeah, a safe place for Black and queer people.
Yes. So, Tay, what's been going on for the people? What's been going on for the people, child?
I was just like to tap into the hair Slave by Navi.
Slave on Navi. Navi.
Yes. Got my hair done, you guys. I'm feeling like the baddest bitch. Yes.
You bet it. So, I seen that you went on a weekend trip to Aspen.
Yes, me and my girls, yes.
Y'all have fun in Aspen. That's like a very Kim K thing to do. Like, we're going to Aspen.
The other story, I don't think we're friends on that other social media platform.
Which one?
The
Snapchat. I don't have Snapchat.
What? Why not?
I feel like, okay, here's my thing. At a certain age, I feel like at my big age or at your big age, not saying your age or whoever, I just feel like I'm too old to use Snapchat. I feel like
you went to a predominantly white school because the trade is on the chats. So,
well, I'm not looking for the trade. So,
oh yeah, girl, I forgot what I was talking to.
But I just feel like I don't need to have what is it? I deleted it. I did have it, and I really wasn't active on it. And like I was just like, what's the point of having it? So I deleted it because it just didn't make any sense. Like, what is the point even? And I feel like I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have TikTok, and like what else? I have Facebook. Like that's too much social media. I'm on all the platforms. Like, come on now.
I don't know. I think the hood girls, we love Snapchat. Shout out to the hood girls with chats.
Y'all being, I'm more of an IG story type of person. I don't like Snapchat.
You know, I'm just now getting to the groove of IG, like as far as posting or whatever, because I'm going to be an influencer, so I have to be active on that app.
Yeah, because you never really was like on the G, on the I don't know what they call Instagram.
IG?
Yeah, you know, like they call Facebook the book.
The gram.
Gram, yeah. You was really never active on the gram.
Yeah, but, I really was one of them girls, but you know, I'm trying to get there. So
yes, child. So today, y'all, here at Her Radio, we're gonna talk about a couple things today. But first thing, this is totally off topic, and I wanted to talk about this. I wanted to talk about what is his name? Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Really briefly, like 2 minutes, because at first it was funny. It was funny what they were doing. It was funny, like, well, not they were doing. It was not funny. At first, it was kind of like, oh, he's trying to get his girl back. Like, okay. But now at this point, it's getting absurd. It's like, Kanye, this woman has filed for divorce. She has moved on. She is with her skinny white man. Let her be. And he then, like, every time that they text, he's posting their text messages on Instagram, and she kind of feeling some type of way because like it's an invasion of privacy. He is always, uploading their private text messages, the conversation that's between their family is him, her, and they little 4 to 5 basset hounds they call their children. And it's just like, what is really going on? Like, Kanye, leave that white woman alone. And then what really pissed me off was when he delivered that truck with the roses in it. And my thing, another thing too, like you've been openly dating other women out here. You bought your girl and the Milagro baddies all baby Birkin bags. What do you want with Kim K?
Kanye got Birkin bag money to be doing it.
But it's just like, what is the, like, leave her alone? Like, what is?
I think it's for fake. I think it's for us, the fans. I think it's for publicity, if I'm saying that right. Because, he does have an album coming out in like 5 days. So I think it's, amping up at the album sales, getting ready for the album. That's what I think it's for.
So you're saying which part, to him dating other people or him like messing with Kim, is you think that's a publicity stunt?
I think the whole thing is a publicity stunt.
All of it is a publicity stunt.
she knows that this is fake. He knows that this is fake. They just needed something to build up. You know, Kanye is a very smart man, even though he portrays himself to be an idiot to us. He's a very smart man in the marketing business, and I think
Yeah, he is very, yeah, I would say he is a smart man in that business. But another thing, like, I was thinking about like homegirl who was receiving the baby Birkin bags and her friends. I'm like, I don't know, I would feel some type of way. Say it again.
She was paid out. It was a contract.
Because I would feel some type of way if Mr. Cuff bought all of us Birkin bags and then he on Instagram pleading and begging for his ex to come back.
Yeah, he'd be where he at now. Playing with me.
Where he is he out? Okay, speaking of, we have to, the people want to know, is he's still in that jail cell?
I was lonely this past Monday.
Oh my God. You ain't even get to upload your video with hours and hours on the background. Because your man was in jail.
We were on the phone while hours and hours were playing in the background.
Yeah. My arms. You said, I get you. She said, can I sing to you? Well, free him, freedom boys. He didn't do it. But so that's just like, I really had to come on here and say that, like, Kanye West, leave that white woman alone. And
wait, let's not slide past too quickly.
On what?
You do Monday.
What did I do Monday? I didn't do anything Monday. I didn't do it. I love how you try to come in like, let's not slide quickly. Like Monday, I didn't do it. You know what I was doing Monday? I was with Amalia.
I don't believe you.
Why don't you believe me?
Mm-mm.
I don't even have nobody to do anything with.
You kind of told on yourself in the chat. Molly kind of told on you in the chat. So.
What did she say in the chat?
When you know you did that little 1-2 with the 1-2.
Oh, yeah, but that's...
She said if it's not who with the through.
If it's... But
right there, she told.
Oh, I haven't told you. So I'm gonna tell. So I told y'all that I don't talk to CB Bay no more, right? But Shauna
allegedly.
So y'all know me and Molly had the hen dog in our system. So you know I called them and we had a conversation. Mm-hmm. And then he told me happy first day today. Because today was my first day in paralegal school. Yes, my house. I can do this house.
Y'all.
But so let's just get into these topics. But Monday I didn't do anything. Me and Amalia had a fun time. We watched the Super Bowl. Quick, I'm sorry, it's a lot of things with this going on. So we had this debate in our group chat.
Yeah, it was such a debate, girl. I put the chat on Do Not Disturb and laugh.
So basically, we was rating the Super Bowl performances with one, I would say definitely hands down overall one of the best Super Bowl performances. They did what they needed to do. No.
Don't get me wrong. I love the Super Bowl show this year. It wasn't the best.
I said one of the best. Top 10.
Yeah. Top
10. One of the best, yeah. Because, you know, Super Bowl been around for a long time, so top 10. But I was definitely saying, like, one, it was a nigga performance. It was a black performance. They had 50, Snoop, Mary, Kendrick,
Dre. Anderson .Paak was on the drums.
They even had the little white boy from 8 Mile. Because he was.
I don't understand why he was there, but yeah.
They had to throw, you know, they always got to throw some vanilla in the mix, child. But so I was basically saying that I felt I was rating the performances. I rated him. The first person at the top, obviously, was Kendrick Lamar. The reason why I rated Kendrick Lamar the best because Kendrick, he had them big black blonde niggas up there dancing, and they was and they was dancing, and then like Kendrick, y'all know Kendrick. If you're a fan of Kendrick, you know that his music is deeper than like the words coming out of his mouth. Like he's got a meaning to it, especially that song he was singing, like "We Gonna Be All Right." Y'all know this about niggas in the hood coming up, fighting a way to get out of Compton and stuff. And then it was who else did I say was next? It was them. It was Kendrick, and then I think I said Mary.
No, you did not.
I think I think it was Kendrick, and then
Snoop, Drake. I mean,
Drake.
Eminem,
Drake.
Mary, then 50. That's what you said.
I'm gonna tell y'all why. And I'm gonna tell y'all why. I felt like, well, okay, I'm gonna recant my statement now, but this is what I wanted to see. I feel like us as the blacks, people with this black skin, we wanted Auntie Mary. We wanted the doom, 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 doom. You know, Jansen and bobbing all on the stage. We didn't get that Mary. We got whitewashed Mary, and I was kind of upset that night.
Song choice.
The second song was not good,
but that wasn't her choice, though. That was not her choice. She even said it in an interview. First of all, she wasn't getting paid for this.
You don't get paid for the Super Bowl. Every person that got up on that stage, when you sing at the Super Bowl, you don't get paid. You never get paid.
B definitely got a coin.
Beyonce didn't get paid. You don't get paid to perform at the Super Bowl. You do not get paid to perform at the Super Bowl. You get paid in the exposure. Literally.
I looked it up. B got a coin, especially for her doing it 3 times. I don't think B would do it 3 times without.
No, you don't. I don't believe that. I don't think Beyonce. I don't believe that Beyonce got paid to do Super Bowl.
And then I think the 3rd time is actually when her husband was, he started to get involved in the NFL industry Super Bowl.
Because the last time she performed was with Bruno Mars and Coldplay.
Mm-hmm.
And she did the Formation. I definitely don't think she got paid for that. She only did 3 minutes.
And that brings me back to Mary. Mary only had 2.
She got to pick her songs.
I don't think she got. I never would have thought she would have picked No More Drama. Family Affair, yeah, I could see her picking Family Affair, but not No More Drama.
Would have been cool with I Can Love You Better. Or any other Mary song. It was just the slow song. Like, I don't know. But Mary did. I'm props to Mary. Mary has been in the game for a long. I'm not discrediting Mary. I love Auntie. But I didn't feel like Auntie got up there and did what she needed to do for the Super Bowl Church of God in Christ and bless the pulpit that Sunday. I don't think Mary delivered how she usually delivers. I didn't see Mary in person before. Mary delivers. She did not deliver that day. She didn't deliver last Sunday, and I was just like, and I understand why she didn't deliver. I know why she didn't deliver, how we wanted her to deliver, but it's just like, dang.
First off, I didn't know that this, and then another thing we have to realize is that this kind of sort of wasn't about Mary, Snoop, Eminem, Kendrick, or 50. This was about Dre.
It was?
Yeah, everybody that performed, every song that they performed, he produced. So this was him thing. So, and then that probably was another thing that played in a part of her song choice too.
That makes sense. If that is true, I think that makes sense.
Right. So if you go back and look at all the promo, his name is probably, I think, actually is a little bigger than everybody else's. It's always first.
Okay.
Or anybody else's.
Well, all right then, Wig. All right, give us some little history. But 50, I don't know. 50 was out of breath. They had him hanging upside down. He looked like a whole dollar now. That nigga's $1.50. But
he had his whole power cast up there. Everybody on that stage was part of his cast.
Well, let's move into this topic. So today, as y'all know, it is still Black History Month, and today we're going to talk about
power to the people.
Power to the people. Today we're going to talk about reparations, okay? And we're going to talk about having reparations, and what's reparations. So let's go in with the definition. The definition of reparations is the making of amends of a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. So reparations could come in the form of like affirmative action, individual monetary payment, settlements, scholarships, waiving of fees, systematic initiative to offset injustice, land-based compensation related to independence, apologies and acknowledgement of the injustices, taking measures. And so the first thing we thought about when we thought about reparations, we thought of the Crown Act. And if you don't know what the Crown Act basically stands for creating a respectful and open world with no racism. Go ahead and explain what the Crown Act is.
Okay, I always say for the dumb bitches because I'm here to explain it to you. So basically, the Act is basically around discrimination and racism around Black people hair. So a lot of you may remember a few years ago that African American male, he was in high school and he was a wrestler, and his opponent said that his locks made him intimidating, so that the referees and the officials, they made that young man cut his hair.
They cut his hair right there with some scissors.
Right there. They didn't make him say you can't participate today.
They didn't say come back next match, get a haircut. They grabbed them school scissors and cut his doggone hair.
Also, there was another incident at another school in California where a young man was playing football and his dreads were hanging out of his helmet. And they also made him cut his dreads. But they didn't make him cut him right then and there. They told him you cannot come back until you cut your hair.
Yeah.
There is also a reboot of the show called The Game on right now. And Tasha Mack, she has a new child. And she was actually playing chess. And her opponent was intimidated by her hair. Once again, these hoes are scared of us for no apparent reason.
For no reason.
And the school decided to take it upon themselves and cut her hair, which is a big fat lawsuit. Even though this is fictional, they knew if this shit was real, school would have been shit.
But let's go over these stats. It says race-based hair discrimination negatively impacts young Black girls and boys and should not have place in our classroom. Hair discrimination can literally occur as early as 5. We're talking about 5 years old. Hair discrimination can occur, and like we just said, it can last a lifetime. 53% of Black mothers whose daughters have experienced hair discrimination says their daughters have experienced race-based hair discrimination as early as 5 years old. 86% of Black teens who've experienced discrimination state they have experienced discrimination based on their hair by the age of 12. So that's boys and girls. And then 100% of Black elementary school girls in majority white schools have reported experiencing hair bias and discrimination, and state they experienced the discrimination by the age of 10. So we are talking that literally the discrimination of the hair that you grow out your head that you cannot control, God has given you, you are discriminated and basically, messed with at the age of early as 5. And so that brought us into, the topic of reparations, because the reparation for that was creating the Crown Act, basically stating that it is now illegal federal lawsuit. We talking take it all the way to the Supreme Court and higher for the people to, this is wrong. This is signed until Congress, I don't want to mess up the branches of government because I don't want to sound, because I'm trying to be a lawyer and I'm just I don't want to mess it up, but this is you can't do this. You can't discriminate nobody because of their hair, basically. And like I said, that was the reparation for that. So we thought about reparations. We thought about a lot of times throughout history and Black history how Black people have been through things and we have expressed our disdain for these things, and then they say, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do for y'all, but a lot of times they don't never come through with what they say. Let's take example with the 48 acres and the mule speech about General William T. Sherman. Basically, that was a speech written by the general after slavery was over, and you can read the things that he stated in his speech, because it wasn't just 40 acres in a mule. It was more than that, and we were not granted none of the things that we were promised. You can start from the islands.
That's not on mine.
That's not on yours. You see the question at the bottom in the note.
The only thing I see is the next segment. But I see where you said there was a speech written.
Oh, okay.
Then it's a complaint.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. So basically, it says the islands of Charleston. They call these are states. These are, mind y'all, these are states, cities, and stuff like that. They call them islands though. The islands of from Charleston south, the abandoned rice fields along the rivers for 30 miles back from the sea, and the country bordering St. John Rivers, Florida, are reserved and set apart for the settlement of the Negroes for Black people. So they were telling us like this little from the basic everything I said, this is y'all. It's a set apart for y'all. Okay. Specifies that the new communities, moreover, will be governed entirely by Black people themselves. So this is why they called them islands, because even though this was property of the United States, Black people was running and living in these communities, and they were, like I said, they were the government officials, the mayors, the police, whatever, blah blah. It says specifies the allocation of land. This is where the 48 acres in the mule came. This is the 40 acres. I keep saying 48. It says each family shall have a plot of not more than 40 acres of tillable ground, and when it borders on some water channel, with not more than 800 feet waterfront, and in the possession of which land the military authorities will afford them protection until such time as they can protect themselves, or until Congress shall regulate their title. And then the mule came later. So basically, he just said a whole bunch of mumbo jumbo, but basically he was saying Black people was going to get they wasn't going to get no more than 40 acres, and it wasn't going to be no more than 800 feet from the water, and this is their land. They protect themselves, and and the military will give them protection, and basically y'all just gonna live that life until Congress says otherwise. But we was never promised that, and so a lot of times I would say Black people, we kind of get upset is because like we want reparations, but it's like we ain't, the first promise we got, we ain't even get.
And I think it makes us upset because, like the Jews, they got their shit. The Irish people, they got their shit. Other countries and places in the world, they're being taken care of because of the wrongdoings from the past, from our ancestors and their ancestors and stuff. But us, it's just like we keep getting looked over, and every day we're getting fucked over because they know that. I feel as if they're still hiding a lot of shit that we don't know. Even the people at the top that's like us, they don't know a lot of more shit because the others are hiding it. And if they know, if we get that information that they're withholding from us, then they know they're fucked. They know that when we come together, I don't care. I do care, but Black people, sometimes we always bump heads with each other or whatever. We have that little woody woo.
Yeah.
But once we come together, There's no stopping us. When we align, when everybody was going to march, and the BLM, I always say BML, but the BLM parades and everything, when we come together, it's like a beautiful thing because there's no stopping us. We stand in our ground. We here together, and there's no like, oh, go home. No, bitch. What are you going to do? Besides, keep breaking us down and hurt me some more.
But what I definitely would say is, you just said that, everybody else is getting their stuff. They getting their money. They getting their this. They getting their bills. They getting everything signed into Congress. They getting that. I'm going to tell you why. It's because the Jews, the Irish, whoever, all of those other people, they have graduated to whiteness. They graduated to whiteness in the early 50s, the early 50s and 60s. They graduated to whiteness. So they are now seen as white. But with black people, we cannot be seen as white. So, and the other thing is too, is that in order for them to give us reparations, they're going to have to acknowledge that there was some wrongdoing. White people don't want to acknowledge that they were wrong and they did some horrible things in the past. They don't want to, some of them don't want to admit it. And then I think another thing is too, is that if the government comes out or Congress or whatever, they basically signing these bills, and so they're signing these bills and all of these other things, then that means that the United States of America, the same country that was built on the backs of slaves, the same country that was built on systematic oppression, this is a system, this is what our country was built on. They would literally have to come out and say, okay, you know what, we recognize that our founding fathers, the white man with them powdered lace fronts and they fried toes and they wasn't brushing their teeth and they slave teeth in their mouth, they will have to acknowledge that, okay, the people that started this country, they started it with homophobia, racism, misogyny. Is literally a system. This is what our country was built on. Look at it. We wasn't even seen as human. We were seen as, I think, 1/3 of a human. 2/3. We wasn't even seen as human. So then they would even have to acknowledge that we wasn't even looked at as humans until what? When did we was free from, I think, 18. I don't want to mess that year up. I don't want to throw that year out. I think I know it. I don't know. I'm like 90% sure. But yes, when we were free from slavery that year, when we were emancipated, that's when we were literally looked at as human. But those racism and though that racist practice has been passed on from generation to generation. But I would definitely,
even with that being said, I think we need to start as a people when it's time to put these people in place, in power, and in these roles. We need to start doing more research on other positions than just shining light on the president. Like, yes, don't get me wrong, that is a huge role. But there's a lot of people under him that we need to shine the light on to get them put in place so that we can start saying, so that they can start saying, oh, well, they know what, not necessarily them, but their people, they know that they fucked us up and that they're still fucking us over every day. Mm-hmm. But we keep putting these people in these roles or letting them prepare their people, because they are preparing their children, they're preparing their people to go out for these roles and know that once they're gone or retire or whatever, their child is going to be in that role and continue with that cycle of that curse, that generational period of racism. Because if we cut the middleman, it's really the middleman. People always think it's the top dog. He has a say, but he only has so much. The people in the middle that we need to cut, chop out, add some, divide that bitch, and mix it up with some seasoned salt so that we can motherfucking get in there and say, okay, you know what? Now it's time for us to get our people together, because they getting their people together. Like I said, they're getting their children and their families and friend kids together. So when it's time for them to retire, they're the ones that's up next that's going to make the same decisions that their grandfathers did. And we don't have nobody for us to be like, you know what, stop. And if we do, they have a voice, but all these other voices is like being louder than them, when we need to come together as a people and help speak up for that person.
And that's actually a good one. It's because, like, a lot of times I hear a lot of Black people say that they don't vote. One, y'all barely vote for the presidential election. And so I know definitely y'all not voting for y'all local officials, the people literally that is literally running your town, your city. I know you definitely don't vote for that. If you run around here saying, "Oh, I don't vote for the president because our vote don't count," but I'm gonna definitely let y'all know that your vote does count. Because the reason why Biden won is because what cities? Atlanta, Detroit, the major Black cities, is because y'all got up and y'all voted, and y'all actually made a difference because of y'all voting. Y'all be saying, "Oh, my vote don't count, my vote don't count," but look at it. That's who showed up.
And for the felons out there are programs that you can go to that your vote can count as well. Just because you're a felon, you think, oh, well, the Constitution says I can't vote. Fuck the Constitution, because there's something else in the Constitution that says that if you go through these proper steps, your vote can still count.
So that's actually a good. I'm glad you said that. Is we definitely need to start electing our people and doing your research. Just literally like, and then research is so easy. A lot of times y'all try to make it harder than what y'all make it seem. Like y'all can literally, for y'all local officials, they literally will be campaigning and you can literally go on their Instagram. Like research could be going on their Instagram and seeing what they about. They're gonna talk about what they about. They're gonna talk about what they stand for, what they not gonna do. And then you can see, okay, cool. Especially on Instagram, you can see how they living. You can see what they doing, if they really in city, if they not in the city, if they really getting involved in the community. If they not, then you can move on to the next person. And then you can go read articles and you can go see, okay, is this person really going to be for us? Is this person not for us? So I definitely think that we need to start doing that as a people, is like you said, getting up, going out, voting, and doing the do. And also too, I want to let y'all know, I'm going to say this because they said this too. Y'all know that the president is not the highest person, right? Like he has people over him. Like when laws are being signed, they're taken to a court higher than him, the Supreme Court. It's not like the president is sitting up telling
judicial branch is higher than
it's not like the president is telling everybody to jump and they say how high. Like, no, it's steps before. I think a lot of y'all didn't pay attention when we was going over the branches of government, back in middle school, but it was very punctual that you listen, because
there's the legislative branch, executive branch, judicial branch, in that order. Okay, so definitely, I'm gonna let y'all know that, because I hear a lot of people be like, I think a lot of y'all think that the president, now granted, I will say that Trump, he did some shady things. He did do a lot of shady. He was overriding people and doing too much. But a lot of reason why a lot of the stuff that he wanted to do wasn't happening, it was because of the courts higher than him. Now, he did do a lot of crazy, shady things. I'm not saying that he did it. But if this was a dictatorship and Trump was the dictator, and like you said, people don't do their research, so they don't know that those senates and governors and speakers of the
judges,
House, judges, they have a longer term than just a 4-year term.
Come on,
you can go for another 2-year term. They have 6-year terms, 8-year terms. They can go long periods. So that's why these people are still in this place, because we're not doing our research. We're in history class not listening. When some shit really should have stuck with you, because don't get me wrong, no shade, I ain't really too much listen all the time either. But when some shit stuck out, bitch, my motherfucking brain clicked. Like, bitch, I could still be talking to my homegirl, but this motherfucking ear, this pod could be in, but that shit still sleeping through that motherfucking pod. No shade. We got to start, even
just a little lemonade.
Yeah, like it's nothing wrong to, trying to think too much. It's nothing wrong to brighten your mind. Like you can do, it's like you said, research is not hard at all. It's just not even really too much of reading if you're not a big reader, but bitch, reading is fundamental. So
yeah. So I would definitely say, I would task y'all with, whoever's listening, I would task y'all with literally start getting involved in your local officials, the people that are working in your community, because a lot of times I see a lot of people complaining about things in their community and y'all don't be like, y'all literally can go to your town hall and you can go do this, you can go do that, and you can make a change, and you can be the change that you want to see. That is something that I've kind of realized, was that I realized this in high school. I never forget, I was having a conversation with my principal. Her name was Miss Boosie, child. Miss Boosie. Her name was Miss Boosie. She was Arab. And I was having a conversation with her. And, I always talk about how growing up, when I was in high school, it was only me and one other black girl in my graduating class. And it was about like 5 black kids in the whole high school. And I remember talking to her, telling her, and I remember she said this to me, and like she didn't know it had a deeper meaning to it. But she told me, she was like, when you started coming here, she was like, there was no room for you, there was no space for you. She said, but you made space. And when she said it, it hit me. It was because yes, there was no room for this loudmouth black gay boy here at this school. But you know what I did? I became the change that I wanted to see. I made a room for me. I said, "Oh, there's no sit at the table. Oh, don't worry.
I'll bring a
I'm
chair.
a, I'll bring a chair. Oh, y'all say y'all don't. I can't bring a chair. Oh, I'll sit on the table. Oh, y'all said I can't sit on the table. Okay, I'll bring a cot. Don't worry. I'm gonna bring a stool. Like you. That's what I'm really trying to say. Like, all jokes aside, is that you have to be the change that you want to see, and if you want to see it, then go do that. Okay.
No shade, because I made a change in my school too. First black gay student body president.
It was so funny because I still hold this, even though I'm long gone out of high school, it feels like forever. I was the first black student to run for student body president, and I lost by 1 point. I was by 1 point, and I said it's giving racism.
Yes,
But the girl that I ran against, she was cool. She was nice. Me and her was cool. Like we weren't cool. We had a cordial relationship. So I wasn't, because if not, I was gonna hop on Twitter and eat the whole school up. I used to eat my school up. They used to be like, "Child, I can't wait till he leave and graduate," because it was just like I said, loud mouth. But yes, so that is what we talked about today. So I told y'all we had a question last episode. Okay, so I'm gonna read. You gonna read it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
So you guys, welcome to our new segment. What's the name of the segment?
We didn't name it. They was just sending in questions. They said they heard us ask questions with Kay, and they was like, okay.
Questionnaire with Day and Kai.
Okay. All right.
So our first question is,
we only got one question. You talk about our first question. We only got one child.
So a supporter said, "Hey Day and Kai, I started listening to your podcast with the episode with Kay, and I loved y'all and the advice ever since. I have a problem. I need you hosts to answer. I was messing with this dude.
Not you called us hoes.
Yeah, like girl.
Calm it down.
I was messing with this dude who was dating an acquaintance of mine, and they were in a whole relationship and was engaged too. But I met him at the same time as an acquaintance at a party, and they weren't together then. They are now broken up, and I still mess with him. Am I a bad person? I feel like I fucked with a married man because he was engaged at the time when I was fucking with him heavy. Is he free game? Shay from Cincinnati." Well, first of all, shout out to the Natty Girl. Yeah, the 513. But girl,
is that man free game, Shay? We're gonna answer. So the first, do you think is he free game?
Let's go down the line.
Because the first time she said they met at a party, she said they met at a party. She met the dude and the acquaintance at the party at the same time, right?
Now, were they at the party together or separate?
She said they weren't together then, so I'm gonna guess they probably was talking. Because she didn't give us the background and relationship of the people, but like I'm gonna guess that they were talking, and they probably just showed up to the party together, and you know, I guess she hollered at the dude. She said, "But they are now broken up, but I still mess with him." So you was messing with him. You met him at the party. You was messing with him while they was engaged and dating. They broke up, and you still mess with him. And you said you feel like, am I a bad person? Is he free game? Is he free game now? Yes, he's free game. But was he free game when he was engaged? No, he wasn't free game. Shay, I don't know what to say, Shay, because
okay, so it's kind of like, I don't think he's free game ever. Ever. He was never free game. Even after, I don't think he was free game. I think yes, you were messing with a married man. Are you a bad person? No, but you were definitely messing with a married man, girl. Um, mm, an acquaintance. I don't know. I just that word
But
just get like you're an
but here's
acquaintance with
the
a bitch, but
well, yeah,
kind of cool.
it's a cordial relationship. I don't know because
I don't know. They kind of
I'm
be
thinking because
plotting.
I'm thinking if I had an acquaintance and if I was talking to a dude and we both went to a party together and my acquaintance was at the party, wait, they met. That's tricky though because she met the acquaintance and the dude at the same time. So it was different if she was at the party by herself and the friend, and she was with the girl, and then she brought her man around. Then that's different. But she met both of them at the same time.
Yeah, but she met both of them at the same time. But then after that, she found out that they were
Yeah.
together or had some type of relations.
Now, Shay, that's what I'm gonna tell you was wrong at because even though his loyalty is to her, I am not going to sit up here and willingly be dating not he's not married, but a man that's engaged to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But then it says you said I was messing with him heavy when he was engaged. So you knew he was engaged.
Right. So you wanted to play honorary side chick. That's what it's giving. But let's not put all the blame on Miss Shay Shay.
No, because it's his fault. Because he knew better. He wanted his cake and eat it too.
Somebody else.
Shay, I would say you definitely lose them how you get them. So
yeah, no shade. No shade.
So even he may try to wife you up next and he may be trying to come on be my wife and then look you may meet an acquaintance and she sleeping with your man in the late words of Nene Leakes what she said, close your legs to married men. Shay,
leg close.
Shay, I would say find a new man.
Yes, heavy on the find a new man.
And then the girl, like when she sent it in, I kind of looked at her page a little bit, and she was cute. She was like, and then she was cute. She was young and cute. I said, girl, she's in her 20s. She looks like about 22. I said, Shay, Shay. I don't want to keep giving her. I don't want to keep saying her name because I'm gonna find Shay. I'm gonna be like, this is the one that's messing with the married men. But Shay,
I'm keep looking at it because I'm trying to like.
I'm gonna say that there is plenty of men in the sea. I understand, Shay. You want that man. You want that fish. I understand how you feel. But come on now. This man was engaged and
yeah, I think you need because okay, so she said they are broken up now, but I still fuck with him. Sis, let it go. Let it go, sis. Let it go.
I want you to put yourself in sis' shoes.
And whose shoes?
The girl's shoes, because think about it. How would you feel? Yeah, think about it. How would you feel if you was cool, like cordial with somebody, you didn't do them wrong because y'all are acquainted, y'all not friends, so y'all don't have that much history. It's probably been a good relationship, just a cordial relationship, and she's knowingly, sleeping with your man.
I'm beating her ass. I'm beating her up.
I'm not gonna beat her up. I'm gonna beat my man up, but
they're both going to get it. She's getting it too. Let me clarify this. I don't condone in just whooping the hoe ass. Well, not all hoes need their ass because all hoes don't know.
But this hoe know.
Yeah, this hoe know. She knows, so she need to get her ass beat. Shay, you need your ass. Acquaintance, whoop her ass. Shay. So Shay, I still love you. Thanks for watching the show. Don't unsubscribe. I love you, girl. But Shay, you need your ass beat.
Look, and then I'm feeling some type of way because Shay, you talk about I need y'all hoes to answer. I ain't over here messing with no men that's no engaged men. Yeah. No married men.
My man is my man. Bitch,
and I don't have one, so. Why are you giggling? So damn funny.
I want to sip on that one.
You always trying to be shady on this podcast. You try to be telling my business. I don't have no business.
Yeah, no shade. She's gonna get beat up because you knowingly know that's my man. But even after, I don't care. we're not friends. If we had some type of communications where like, girl, I have your number or whatever, or social media, and you know, we talk every now and then. That's like you and a friend, not really a friend, but you and this person on social media, like you know how you be posting on Instagram and you be talking on your story, you be asking questions, whatever.
Y'all done met each other in person too. Y'all done hung out at a party.
Yeah, that's like somebody always responded to your stuff. You know, you responded back, y'all talking to DM or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you show your man or whatever, woo, and she like, oh, y'all so cute, da da da.
The whole time she fucking her.
Y'all stop talking, and she the first one in the DM.
Well, she always been in a DM.
What's T, sissy?
I would definitely say Shay, leave that man alone.
Leave that man alone, Shay.
Instagram, do y'all say leave that man alone? Because she told me when she sent me, she's like, I want you to post it on your story too.
Shay, leave that man alone.
Leave that man alone.
From the 513, you know the girls like, play, girl.
Well, y'all, that concludes this episode. Thank y'all for. We're gonna send out a cute little thank you right quick.
Yes. So we did get a winner from our
we gonna announce it on Instagram now. I'm gonna post it.
I was gone.
Just wait. Next episode we're gonna do it at the end of Black History Month. But I was definitely gonna say thank you. Last night, I was looking at our analytics, and y'all, I didn't know that a lot of people was watching us the way y'all be watching us.
Yes, shout out to the United States. Shout out to you girls.
We have some people in Canada and Germany too listening. Shout out to Canada. We international. Her radio is international.
We international pussy, okay? Don't do the girl.
I got Lambo, okay, ho?
Lambo, bitch.
Well, I definitely, all jokes aside, we definitely want to say thank you. We are a baby podcast. Y'all are showing out. We do have more guests coming. We got a couple of y'all favorite TikTokers. Yes, y'all wanted K back. We gonna have K back because K was such a Kiwi. That's our good sis now. That's our home girl. Yeah. But yeah, so we have more guests coming. We have more content coming for y'all. We thank y'all so much for tuning into Her Radio and listening to y'all loudmouth, opinionated cousins.
We holla.
I holla. Until next time, y'all, we'll holla. Because we just said that out of nowhere.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.